We have
actually doing YouTube pranks. Nino, how you doing?
You talking about that Russian
Doing all right.
guy?
Better today than I was the last couple days.
Ah, why you say that, huh?
How do I summarize this? This city, the city council, is full of incompetent, complacent, lazy fucks.
Yep.
And the entire city is paying for it.
Oh,
I'm over the bullshit. Man, let me. You ready for this? Did you know that that if you go to prison, you get charged? The PD does not legally need to give the lawyers that are defending you any FOIAs. And then when I talked to Crane about it, he's like, "Oh, it's not a problem. It's a guideline." I'm like, "Suck my dick. How the fuck do you fight that in court?"
You know what's funny, Nino?
Yeah.
They do all these things, all these power-hungry things, taking the rights away from the people, giving themselves more power, having them being able to dictate everything, have their nose in everything, and they mask it by, oh, CG bad, you know, they're criminals, we gotta lock them up. That's what we gotta do this. They're bad people, we gotta lock them up. The reality is, they're power-hungry, narcissistic fucking freaks. And they don't have this city's best interest in mind, but just their own and their own vendettas and their own wants for power. And I'm glad you guys are fighting back. Listen, I may be a scumbag, a lowlife, but god damn it, I'm not those motherfuckers. I'll tell you that.
You know, usually the government and its subordinates, aka the police department, that's always gonna be the enemy, right? The government wants to take, and the PD is there to, you know, protect their ability to do so. So I need to pick your brain, and I'm gonna be picking the brain of a couple of other heads as well. I'm reaching out to like Lang and as well. I'd like to get your assistance, find out who else you think I should speak to. And I'm going to break it down like this. I spent 30 hours on this FOIA thing, right? And I want to explain that every lawyer is having this issue. I have gotten let's just say the feds to start passing a law on that despite not being in the council.
Okay.
I was told that you're close to Murphy.
Yeah, you know, decent.
I'm gonna be playing with you. I know he's doing some things that are also in my interest, if you know what I mean. But I also want to remove the man. To be frank, he's lazy, and he's the exact same problem as all of them. This son of a bitch had the audacity to tell one of the 3 people that voted for him that he did not have time to deal with FOIAs. For 7 months, there's something called the Moulton process. I recommend taking a look at how it's written. It's the words of Lance Moulton, ex-PD, waking out of bed and writing a piece of shit onto a napkin, which is the only way that we can defend you and others. Which is the reason that you never hear, like, you know how you need to wait for 5 days and like some motherfuckers, you can't even go to court because they can't get the paperwork for 3? It's because it's not in the law. Let's say you just shot up a bunch of cops, but they couldn't prove it, but they pressed all these charges and like, hey, Nino, I need you to like defend me on this. They don't even have to give you the fucking paperwork.
Jesus Christ. Now, I see what you're saying. And I agree to an extent, but I do think timing is everything. Right now, I'm sure you're aware, Murphy is leading an impeachment.
I'm going to let him cook.
I think let him cook, and after that, if you want to do what you want to do, do what you do. But I think maybe it would be best not to taint his name at this current time. Let him cook, let him get his shit done, and then you can swoop in and hit him as well.
I'm gonna be very I don't think these motherfuckers have seen politics yet. I'm going to tell you my straightforward goal, and I agree with you. I'm going to make sure that I swim these waters as carefully as I can. Is there anybody that is currently running for mayor that you think is worthwhile? And the reason I ask that is I have been so...
No. My answer is no.
All right.
Very simple.
So
I've actually been looking for people to try to convince them to run for mayor.
I was so mad yesterday. I decided that I'm going to run. And my intent is as follows. The city council needs to represent the people. Accountability needs to be legislated so that if any one of them is pulling some bullshit, they get removed by the people. Secondly, every single bit of legislation, all this dog shit, this 90% of bullshit needs to stop. Instead, rights for civilians comes first. And what I mean by that is, if I'll give you an example. You shoot the fuck out of a cop, that motherfucker's testimony should mean goddamn shit. You don't need 5 days for them to wake up the ICU like the PD's telling me. No, the fuck does it matter? And then they wonder, well, why did things go like back and forth and back and forth? Because motherfuckers gun you all down and then somehow you magically wake up at the fucking hospital and you put out warrants. No, fuck that. What sane individual is going to be like, hey, let's take the testimony of someone that's like bleeding out on the ground? Fuck you. Now,
there's a reason they have witnesses and shit like that. There's a reason.
Precise. I know that you and there's can you give me a call when after you there's some things I want to discuss with you.
I'm free, so whenever, if you want to meet up, whatever.
Well, you know, when you get a little tired.
Oh, you know, when I'm not awake type shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you not awake right now?
Oh, I'm awake. But I mean a little bit later. You know, after you grab some dinner and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Easy. If you need anything, you let me know. I'm going to take what you said into consideration.
Hey, are you asking to come to my apartment?
Hey, no, I'm a pussy guy, you know?
Oh, I was going to say, if you're running for mayor, come on, we can't be having any scandals.
No scandals, no scandals. I actually haven't even smoked for a week and a half. I've been that upset.
Okay.
But I want to be very candid with you on some things that is best left unsaid right now.
Okay, I'll call you after hours.
Sounds good. You take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Now that's the fucking mayor we've been needing and wanting.